Hey guys, it's Miss Pike. It's Wednesday, April the 1st. It's not an April Fool's. You have a math quiz today. I want to let you know that there's no dividing of fractions on here. Just as usual, the quizzes, if you remember, they're just the front page and their review. I wanted to remind you of a few things. When you multiply decimals, so if I have 2 5/10 times 2/10, remember, you regular multiply, then you count up the decimal places in your factors, and then move that many in your product. And so this answer could be 50 hundredths, or it can be 5/10, okay? Then the other thing, there's a subtraction of decimals. Remember, when you add and subtract decimals, you line them up. So if I had 2/10 plus 1 5/10 plus 25 and 2 hundredths, I would line up my decimals: 2/10, 1 5/10, 25 and 2 hundredths. And then when you add and subtract, you just bring your decimal down and then do the regular work, okay? So adding and subtracting, you bring the decimal down. This is for adding and subtracting. Line them up, bring them down. Multiplying, count how many in each factor, and then move that many spaces in the product. Also on here, we have adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So let me just remind you, if you have 3 1/2 plus 4 2/10, you may not add these people. They have to have a common denominator. You're all shouting 10, 10, 10. You're so smart. And remember, I say 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 1 is 5. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I can add these boogers up. 7/10, you have 7 7/10. That is in simplest form. Adding and subtracting decimals, you have to find a common denominator. All right, don't forget that. Adding and subtracting decimals, line up the decimal and then bring it down. Let's think. Let's do one of these to be sure you remember when you're comparing decimals. If I had 9/10 and over here I had 846 thousandths. If I'm comparing them, that means I'm looking to see which one's less than, greater than, or equal to. Look at your decimal spots. I have a 9 in the 10th spot and an 8 in the 10th spot. What is bigger, 9 or 10? 9 or 8. Your whole life, 9 has been bigger. There. So even though you have these extra numbers right here, doesn't mean it's bigger, okay? Comparing. Look at the decimal places. Compare each number. How many hours are in a day? You guys know that. How many ounces are in a pound? You got to know that. There is one algebra solving for X. I don't want to give it away, but if it doesn't have an addition sign, a subtraction sign, look like a fraction, typically is going to be the only one left, which is, you got it, this one. So be careful. I think this quiz is super easy. We need lots of 100s today. Do your work on notebook paper. Watch this video first. You got this. I believe in you, and I sure do miss you. Love you all. Bye.